James and Scott.
Hi there.
And vocalist.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for coming on the Rock fucking Circus. With that.
Well, for the viewers at home, this is our trip. The last video we did was sort of like this.
No, you know what? That was basically. See, that was. I mean, that's exactly where it hit me. Just when I heard it, I was like, man, this is freaking me out. So all I had to do was, you know, I mean, simple as that. When I heard the song, it's got that like drop beat thing, so I didn't want to screw with the intricacies of that. I just wanted to like put something that I thought was cool melodically over that, and then. I mean, what else can you write about when you hear those chords? It's just totally different for me, anyway. So it's very just a reaction.
Went together a little quicker.
Yeah, actually, that was.
Because you spent 18 months putting together this fine works.
Thank you very much.
2 months actually in the studio.
Yeah.
18 months.
Yeah, we wrote tons. It came out like in like packets of 3 or 4 songs. You know, every month or so, I guess. And if they made the grade, then we would kind of finish them off and. You know, chuck them back and listen to them in like, you know, another month or two, and if it was still cool, then we just kept it and said, okay, let's put that on like the A-list, you know.
Growing you type.
Yeah.
That's exactly what my experience was with it. So you listen to it once, and then I set it aside, I think, for a couple of days, and then I listened to it again, and then like that night after I listened to it, 2 or 3 of your songs were just popping in my head.
Cool.
And that's usually an indication of a good album. You know,
cool.
Good songs.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would say that, you know, there's certain songs that for some reason or other you like them, but it's really kind of difficult to understand why or whatever. And then if you go a little bit further and just go a little bit, you know, if there's more to get, you know, you go back to it and you're like, oh, I like the intricacies of the guitar, or I like that lyric, or whatever, you know. Yeah, those are the songs, I mean, those are the albums that become my favorites, you know.
Then you had Johnny K come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, infamous Johnny K from the Stars, man.
Yeah.
Was this a little unnerving for you?
Well, it was cool. I mean, Johnny was out. I mean, we weren't incredibly stoked about with him, just because we didn't know a whole lot about him. We thought, well, okay, is he going to want to like mold us into something that we're not, or you know, we just weren't sure. So we,
well, you spend like a piece of clay that he's going to do, or you know, you're like, well, kind of got our mold.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
You spend so long, like a year and a half, writing the songs, and you develop a pretty clear idea of like really precious decision who you're going to go into the studio with, and finally execute this. So
and where'd you learn them sharp chops that you got down on that guitar? I mean, you guys have sharp chops.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's really cool. You know, it comes off really well.
Cool, thanks. It's just kind of ripping off every guitar player that I like, you know, mixing it all together.
Hey, that's all rock and roll is. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Beggars and thieves, you know, Robert Plant once said. But,
yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But
true.
Now the CD came out about 10 months ago.
Yeah, it came out last June.
And the first track, Good Times, we played the video. It was a cool rocking video. Were you hoping that would catch a little more?
No, we were hoping it would plummet into obscurity. We made the video for the express purpose.
Acoustic song. It seems
right.
You guys are number 10 at Modern Rock.
Yeah, we were hoping that. We all thought, okay, this song, Good Times. We were so excited about this. It's like, I can't wait. We've been away for a long time. This is going to be the first thing people are going to hear. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, it was just going to be like everyone we played the song for before it came out.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. It got a really cool reaction in Canada. We thought, okay, well, let's see, you know, what happens. And to us, it was kind of like, okay, this is a pretty immediate song. You know, it's like there's something that's kind of hooky about it or whatever. I mean, you know, you only go what you can react to and just hope to.
Yeah, right.
Just hope that somebody else digs it.
The airplay of One Thing. Now, was that done by?
There were radio stations that just wanted to play it. You know, before it was a single, and then it just kind of like it caught in Canada, and then
Like
I know things are starting.
It's just it's a great song, and it doesn't sound like it's a contrived,
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
commercial airplay.
Yeah,
But it's just so good, it'll probably go across the board. I would imagine.
there's I couldn't be further from being like, buddy. I'm so glad you say that, just because I'd be really, really upset and kind of disheartened if anybody were to think that it was contrived in any way.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't really hold up to any sort of.
Well, so many bands are doing that, so I
but
felt
I know,
important that
yeah.
I try and point that out.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean? You listen to the rest of the record,
But
it's just rocking,
I'd like to think that as like a music fan, you'd be able to detect that kind of degree of bullshit, because I mean, music's too close to everybody's heart in order to to screw with people in that way.
Well, like on American Idol, the fame is more important.
You're right,
than anything
man.
else,
I try to make this case, and you're absolutely right.
Shallow.
No.
I'm for it.
I don't think you guys own the patent to that sort of.
Yeah, no. Now you guys actually didn't you?
No. Just like it was. Well, yeah, that was in the cold after the show, and this bouncer came out, and it was like maybe 3 groups of people waiting to meet the band, and it was freezing cold, and it was like oh my. I don't remember what was going on. I was telling this story to someone. He was telling this. I was like, he jumped in and told the story, and I was like, what? I didn't even know you at that time, and apparently he was like one of the other 12 people that got into this place. So we had met years and years before we ever knew we were going to be in a band together or anything like that. Yeah.
So did you get to hang with Alice in Chains?
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Yeah, it was cool.
Was Lane able to stand up then?
He was very like frail.
Yeah.
But his voice was killer that night.
They were obviously a great band. Did they help? They influence your guitar playing anyway?
I think when they first, when I was first introduced to them was when Dirt came out.
Jerry Cantrell's is the monster.
Yeah, but it wasn't so much the guitar; it was just the time. I think that was a true moment of like I discovered a lot of music at that time. And I guess it was like the grunge thing, Pearl Jam and Alice in Chains and Soundgarden and stuff. And you never want to lump them all in together because they're all so different bands. But I think they were just a part of that. So I get excited about Alice in Chains just because they were a part of, like, when I was realizing.
There's music comes out, for Seattle, whatever. But Canada, for what it's worth, they put out a lot of great bands over the years.
I think so.
And none of them really sound alike, which is always. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys don't sound like Rush, and you know what I mean? You don't sound like Alanis Morissette, so you don't sound like you know what I mean? But the Bare Naked Ladies, you got a different type of panache for like every little area and whatnot, which I find.
I think that's true.
A lot of people really listen to a lot of stuff up there, where in America it's a little more homogenized because of so much radio overkill and media overkill and all that.
Yeah, I think actually the radio in Canada may be a little bit more diverse because.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're getting like they're not afraid to play like British bands and European stuff that sometimes doesn't get played here, and then all the American stuff as well.
It's all about money.
It's like,
unfortunately.
Well. Yeah, I would try to avoid listening to the radio at all costs here in America, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Now you guys went on tour with Ozzy last year, but what I mean? That was a little. You said it was a little interview part 1.
Yeah.
That was a little intimidating for you guys.
Yeah. It was. Well, you just kind of had to. Yeah. You had to know what you were going against. You kind of just had to do your thing and know that Ozzy was coming up later, and the audience sure knew it. So like you just kind of had to be the best band you could be that night, but know that it really didn't matter tons. You know,
dragged into that whole the Ozzy family or whatever.
No, what do you mean, like the show and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Nobody came.
We were on all 12 episodes. So.
Yeah, you have to look for us really hard.
You were the guys just hanging out with Jack in his bedroom.
Yeah, nobody came up. Nobody was there. I think. Well, the tour was about 2.5 weeks or whatever.
Remember, it was right around the SARS scare, so Ozzy was like,
for that, or was that just
I believe so.
Ozzy, Sharon. That would have to be Sharon because
I don't know.
I think
Ozzy Osbourne himself put on our album
Sharon
and was like, "This is the best thing since Black Sabbath." That's what he said about our album, and then he asked us to be on the tour.
Damn, that's a quote for the website. Now you guys have another video you're working on right now. Apparently, your drummer seems to be aficionado for cinematography, from what I understand.
Oh yeah, he's a.
And you're working on a video for what track?
A song called Absent Elements.
Yeah, we were
yeah.
talking about that. Yeah, it's like one of my favorite songs on there.
Cool. Well, thank you.
I have a couple of
Yeah, I sort of pieced it together with stop motion animation
Still in
kind
the,
of idea.
you know, formative stages. It's coming together slowly.
Very, very soon. Very close to completion.
Maybe I can play Good Times.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Play Good Times.
Go for it.
Right here in the Rock Circus, I'd like to thank these guys for coming on and putting up with our oh shit.
No
But
problem.
right now, here's the video. Good Times. Right off their self-titled debut.
Cool.
Cool.